And first basemen nowadays, they're supposed to be big power bats, right? They usually always are supposed to be that. But you look around the league, Anthony Rizzo, Paul Goldschmidt, Freddie Freeman, Matt Olson. It's a lot of power bats, right? That's not what Eric Hosmer is. And they're a big chunk of the Padres' salaries towards this guy. And he doesn't have an extra base hit since June 26th, according to Dennis Lin. So this offense needs some slug, needs some extra base power. And I think Brandon Drury of the Cincinnati Reds is that guy. And I think he fits this team because he could DH if you want him to. You're tired of Luke Voigt, or you don't want Eric Hosmer DHing, and you want Cronenworth playing first. Or Drury could play first if you want to. He plays first. He plays third. I believe he can play left, probably right field a little bit as well, can DH. So there's versatility in him. And the Padres' payroll right now stands around $229-ish million, somewhere around there. And the luxury tax is $230 million. So they're right up against it. So we could talk about Juan Soto all we want, and I already have an episode out on podcast platforms and on YouTube about Juan Soto. We're going to talk about him. I'm going to continue talking about him. Fans are going to continue to talk about getting Juan Soto because Juan Soto is one of the best players in baseball, period. Brandon Drury is not. Anthony Santander is not. But they come at a cheaper price than Juan Soto, and there's going to be a lot of teams interested in Juan Soto. The Dodgers are one of them. So the Padres acquiring Juan Soto, they might have the prospects for it, but I don't know if A.J. Preller wants to give up James Wood, Robert Hassel III, C.J. Abrams, and Mackenzie Gore, if that's what the Nationals want in return. And the Dodgers, they've already shown they're willing to give that up. They gave up their top two prospects last year for Scherzer and Trey Turner. It didn't work out for them in terms of winning a World Series, but they're willing to do that. And I don't know if Preller is going to be willing to do that because he loves those prospects. So let's, in this situation, let's say that doesn't happen. And the Padres want to stay under the luxury tax. They can't get rid of Hosmer's contract. They're not going to be able to get rid of Stammen or anyone like that. Let's say that happens. Let's say they only can clear maybe one contract, someone. I have no idea who. They can bring in Brandon Drury, stay under the luxury tax, and you could still improve your offense with this deal. Drury has a 1.6 WAR so far this year. He has 18 home runs, which is more than any Padre, including Manny Machado. He's driven in 52 runs, which is more than any other Padre. So there you go. He'd be your best offensive player, at least pre-All-Star break. That would be your best offensive player if you're just bringing the stats over to the Padres. And he'd probably be right in the middle of the lineup. He can DH. He could play first, could play third. He could probably play left a little bit. I know Profar's played left, but if you want him somewhere, I'm sure he could play right a little bit. I know they like Nomar Mazara. Mainly DH or first base, I think I'd be looking at for Brandon Drury. If